Hello, and welcome to the Wisconsin Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We are so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Daisha, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, we have a few housekeeping items to share with you. First, your camera and your microphone are off, so our panelists will not be able to see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is one of many different sessions happening tonight, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website for others you might be interested in. And this presentation is being recorded and it will be available at strivescan.com/Wisconsin. Now I would like to turn it over to our first presenter, Xavier University.
Hi all. All right, I am Tara Malarkey. I am a Regional Recruitment Director at Xavier University in Cincinnati, Ohio. I am also regionally based in the Milwaukee area, so I work with all students in the state of Wisconsin. We'll go ahead and talk a little bit about what makes Xavier special. So Xavier's mascot is actually the Musketeer, and the Musketeer's motto is all for one and one for all, and that is something that is definitely prevalent at our institution. We are very rooted in community service and social justice and community, and that is felt on the very first day. This is our picture of our move crew right here that welcomes students, albeit a little bit vigorously sometimes, welcomes new students to campus and moves them into their residence hall. We are a medium-sized Catholic Jesuit university located in Cincinnati, Ohio. We have about 5,000 undergraduate students and a relatively small graduate population. So we have a fairly undergraduate dominant. We come from nearly all 50 states. We come from 40 countries around the world. We study almost 90 majors in 4 academic colleges. And we're also a really diverse group of students as well. The majority of our students come from outside of the state of Ohio, with a good number do come from the Midwest, including Wisconsin. But even though we are a Jesuit institution, we do have students that represent a lot of different faith traditions on our campus and are passionate about a lot of different things. Some other additional things to highlight. I mentioned we have about 5,000 undergraduate students, an average class size of just 21. So we really do have a small school feel in the academic sense, but we have really, really, really big school spirit where I think it counts. We have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. I mentioned about 90 undergraduate programs, but a third of our students also study abroad, and we can allow students, any student, I should say, to study abroad and still graduate in 4 years, which is pretty fantastic. Here's a couple of our top major programs. I mentioned we have a lot of them. We do offer direct entry into our colleges. So when students are applying, they apply directly to a college or a major of their choice. And we do have lots of students that know exactly what they want to do, which is pretty fantastic. But you can see the 4th most popular major at Xavier is called exploratory, which is actually a major for students who are completely undecided. We're particularly strong in health sciences as well as business, but we do have lots and lots of students that are completely undecided when they enter Xavier, and that is absolutely okay. You can still be undecided up until the end of your sophomore year and still graduate in 4 years because you'll meet with your academic advisor on a regular basis. I mentioned we are big in school spirit, and that's because we are a Division I NCAA team, or the school. We have 19 Division I NCAA athletics. Basketball is our flagship sport. We have no football at Xavier. And we are very, very proud to support the Musketeers, men and women, here in the Cintas Center, which is located on the center of our campus. All of our students play on campus. All of our Division I athletics play right on campus in the middle of our campus, which I think is pretty special as well. And every single student ticket is free for all current Xavier students. So you can go to basketball games, you can go to soccer games, lacrosse games, volleyball. You can root on the Musketeers for free as part of your tuition, room, and board and fees. For students that are looking to apply to Xavier this fall, here's a quick little application timeline. Our application is live and available now. Students can apply until December 1st, which is our priority deadline. And we're on a rolling admission timeline, which means we receive applications and review them on a rolling basis. So if you're still looking to apply this fall, you can continue to apply. We only require a few things to apply, including an application, which is available on our website or on the Common App. We also take an official high school transcript, as well as a letter of recommendation from either a counselor or a teacher. Students are requested also to submit an essay, but that can either be the Common App. It does not have to be a Xavier specific supplemental essay. It typically takes us 2 to 3 weeks to review an application and submit or send an admission decision back to you via the mail. And all students who are admitted are automatically considered for merit-based scholarship, which is in your admission packet. And the average this year is between $16,000 and $24,000. Students can, of course, additionally apply for more aid via the FAFSA, open again October 1st of this year for seniors. And we do encourage students to file the FAFSA by December 1st. That's our priority deadline. Our goal is to get you your admission decision, to get your financial aid package, all of that to you by the beginning of the year, so that you have all of the information you need to make a decision on Xavier, as the national deadline to decide is May 1st. I think one of the most important things about our community is the fact that we have a very, very strong success model. And basically what this means is that every single Xavier student from day one on campus has a team of 4 people that are already yours to use as a support network. Every student has an academic advisor that they're required to meet with every single semester. Every student has a financial aid advisor that you can meet with to talk about your financial aid package and the additional grants and loans and scholarships. Students also have a career coach that they can start meeting with right away freshman year. And of course, there's also the success coach whose full-time job it is to help students succeed and transition, whatever that looks like for you. Transitioning from high school to college is a really big step, and we really want our students to sort of start on the right foot. So if you don't know how to do laundry, or if you need to find the closest Target, the success coach is really there to help support you throughout the process. Of course, we do have additional mentors, both peer and student mentors, for students to participate in those programs as well. We have a 98% success rate, which means just 2% of our students are seeking employment within 6 months of graduation. And that is something that we are incredibly proud of. Another reason why the success model is really, really important to us. I'm going to end with my contact information, which is right here. Again, I'm based in Milwaukee, and I'm happy to meet and work with students who are in the state of Wisconsin. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Xavier University. Our next presenter is Dominican University.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Ruben Brunley. I'm our Senior Associate Director of Mission here at Dominican University, and I'm going to share some information about Dominicans. Give me 1 second. A little bit about Dominican. We are a small private liberal arts Catholic school. We're roughly about 10 miles due west of downtown Chicago. We actually are 20 minutes through the Green Line to get the closest to Chicago, but students that travel by train into the Ogilvie station be able to take the Green Line or the metro stop to Dominican. And we have a shuttle bus that will be able to pick you up from those different stops to bring you back on campus. But we also have a shuttle bus that will take you into the main artery of River Forest and Oak Park, which is Harlem and Division. About Dominican, just kind of give you a profile of our current class, about 462 freshmen. We're bringing about 60% of students of color that attend Dominican, and 43% of our students are first generation students here at the institution. As you see here, these are a list of our top 10 majors that we have here at Dominican. We actually do have over 50 different majors. We do have a direct entry nursing program, also a 5-year business program where you're able to receive your bachelor's and master's program, and a unique major in fashion design and fashion merchandising. I always joke with students and say that our #1 major is called I don't know or undecided. And most of the students that do that are the students that graduate with 2 degrees because they're thinking about one major and then also thinking about another major. But the good thing about that is that students have a wraparound of support as they navigate through their 4 years here at Dominican University. Speaking about that, we do, every student that comes here has an academic advisor and a peer advisor, someone that sits down with you and kind of plan out your first 2 years or your 4 years or your 5 years here at Dominican University. And then we also have peer mentors that are working with our students around the clock as well too. Free tutoring service and also utilization of our academic enrichment center on campus. Also involved is our career development office that's involved with students starting their first year here at Dominican. We actually have a very high success rate. About 86% of our students after graduation are employed, or 16% of them are attending graduate school. And we were voted in US News and World Report as #1 in Illinois and #3 in the Midwest for helping out students for social mobility, which helps out underrepresented students to be successful right after college graduation. As a small private liberal arts Catholic school, we do offer service and community-based learning for students in all majors, different clubs, organizations on campus, and even the athletic programs as well too. So we're always giving back into the community, not just in the Chicagoland area, but across the country and in the world. Speaking about the world, we actually have 20 different study abroad programs for our students to be involved with. All our study abroad programs are open for all majors, but we do have some specialty study abroad programs for students in our business program and also in our fashion design program. And you can be able to get involved with study abroad starting your first semester here at the institution. We do have 4 residence halls on our main campus, but you're not required to live on campus. So the main top 2 residence halls is Coghlan Hall, which are your traditional freshman residence halls. And then we also have Murray Hall, which is kind of your suite style living for students to be able to reside on campus. We are Division III for athletics, which means we do not offer any athletic scholarships, but we have very competitive programs. Kudos to our women's soccer team. Currently, they are competing for semifinals for the conference. They're actually 3-time conference in a row champions, and our men's soccer team is competing this weekend for a conference championship for the 4th year in a row as well. If you're interested in any of our athletic programs, I would suggest you to go to our athletic website. Our coaches will be actively recruiting you as well too. But our student athletes carry a 3.47 GPA, which is the highest in the conference for the past 10 years. Now, to say that you're not interested in playing intercollegiate sports, but you're looking to be involved in activities, we do have intramural programs, but we also have over 35 different clubs and organizations here at our institution, ranging from academic clubs to special interest club, like a gaming club or nutrition club, and different ethnic clubs that you can be a part of here at Dominican. No one's going to say you have to join all 35 or join 2, but you definitely have opportunity to find yourself a belonging here on our campus with our different clubs and organizations. For applying to Dominican, if there's some seniors on this call, we are part of the Common App, and we also have our own application. We are rolling admission, and we review files throughout the academic year. Both the applications for the Common App and our own application is free of charge for students to utilize. Usually within 2 weeks, you'll be notified for your admission decision. And we also give out numerous merit-based scholarships to students based off their GPA. And we are a test optional school, so you're not required to submit an ACT or SAT score here at the institution. I always tell students that the best sellers of the campus is our students. And so if you scan this screenshot of the screen, you're able to connect with our Dominican students, which we call them stars because our mascot's a star. So you can be able to chat with a student ambassador that might be involved with your particular major as fashion design or business or even psychology, and maybe just ask more student-led questions with our student ambassadors. So in a nutshell about Dominican, small private liberal arts Catholic school, roughly about 22,000 students out of 10 Dominican, 10-to-1 is your student to teacher ratio, 15-to-1 is your average class size, over 50 different majors that we offer here, about 10 miles due west of downtown Chicago. From the Milwaukee area, we're about 2 hours away. From the Madison area, we're about 4 hours away as well too. On the screen right now is actually the Wisconsin recruiter, who is Glenn Hamilton. And then also my name is Ruben Burnley. So if you guys have any questions from watching this presentation, feel free to reach out to us. And thank you for being part of today's presentation.
Thank you, Dominican University. Our next presenter is Newman University.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a great evening. My name's Emily Larkin, and I'm an admissions counselor at Newman University. I'm also a Newman alum, so I graduated back in 2020. So I like to say if I can graduate in 2020, you can do anything. During my time at Newman, I was involved in a variety of different things, including being student body president and the editor-in-chief of our newspaper. So a little bit more about Newman. We are a small private Catholic liberal arts college. We have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So you're definitely going to get that one-on-one attention with professors. Along with that, we have about 1,200 undergraduate students. So you're also going to be able to connect with your peers and in my experience, make lifetime friends. We are located in Wichita, Kansas. Kansas is Wichita's largest city. Wichita is Kansas's largest city by population. With that, what I really appreciate about Newman is that it's a smaller school in that big city. So you'll get that small school environment with all those big city opportunities. A couple of things we are known for, our students have 20% less college loan debt than the national average. That was huge for me. I didn't have like a college fund or anything like that. And so When it came to the financial picture, that was a big motivator for me looking to go to college. We'll talk a little bit more about finances here in a moment. Along with that, 71% of our students are employed in their field of study upon graduation. So the second they walk across that stage versus the national average of 27. That's huge. I'm not just recruiting you to be a Newman graduate. Don't get me wrong, please come, it'll be great. But I'm recruiting you so you can go out and get a job in a field that you're passionate about. So you wake up every morning and you feel like you're transforming society like our mission says. And so those are just a couple things about Newman that really help us stand out. We have 40 plus different undergraduate majors at Newman. Some of our biggest ones are in the healthcare arena, so biology, pre-med, nursing and allied health, chemistry, different things like that. We have one of two only 4-year sonography programs in Kansas, so definitely check us out for that. We also have a wide variety of other majors, including a focus in education. We have 5-year programs in business and social work. So if you're looking to get your bachelor's and your master's, you can do that in 5 years here at Newman. We also have great programs in, of course, theater and communication, because that's what I was involved in. We do have 11 pre-professional programs. So this is where you'll get more of those healthcare and also pre-law areas. So some of our biggest ones are pre-medicine, of course, pre-physical therapy, and pre-law. A little bit more about acceptance here at Newman. We are test optional. We've been test optional since 2019. So we don't need an ACT or SAT score to accept you, or for most of our scholarships. We just need a copy of your high school transcript. And so that makes things a lot simpler. I know it's been really difficult to get in to take those tests, so you don't have to worry about that with Newman. Another thing with acceptance as well is we do have rolling admissions. So you could apply today, you could apply the day before the first day of school. I recommend the first one, don't recommend the second one so much, but if you do apply later, we will work with you to be able to make sure that you can get that. I know scholarships are really important. The words private and Catholic can sometimes equate with expensive. We try to make that not so. Part of that's our free application. So it only takes about 10 minutes, and I'll share that link with you at the end and in the chat. Very simple. Along with that, 99% of our students receive some sort of financial assistance, whether it's in grants or scholarships. With that, we do give scholarships to first-time students from $10,000 to $16,000 upon admittance. And so with that, it's just based off your GPA. If you do happen to have an ACT score that's higher, we'll take that just to give you as much money as possible. With that, this is renewable for all 4 years, so definitely something to think about. We do have special scholarships you can apply for separately. One's for full tuition, one's for partial tuition, one is based off service. We also have scholarships if you attend a Catholic school, or if you're really active in your parish, or if you're interested in art, theater, and music, or honors program. Those all yield scholarships as well, and are also great programs to be a part of. We also are the only private NCAA Division II college in Kansas. So that means we can give big academic and big athletic scholarships. We are a small school, but we play a lot of big public schools that are in Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, all around the areas. And so you're able to have that big school feel. We have 20 plus different teams between men's and women's. Some of our more interesting ones are bowling and triathlon. So if those fit you, definitely would be a good place to start. We also have great intramurals. So I'm not a sports person per se, but I can kill it on some ping pong. So definitely come play me during a visit at Newman. We also have great programs for student success. One of those is Navigator. So this is based on having an alumni mentor who's able to give you tips and tricks. So say you wanted to be a nurse in Kansas City, we'll find someone who's an alum from Newman who's already a nurse in Kansas City who can help give you tips and tricks depending on what networks they've made and what they've learned. One thing I would recommend, no matter whether what school you go to, whether you live on or off campus, whatever your major is to get involved. We have a wide variety of different clubs to get involved in here at Newman. And that's the thing that I really appreciated. You don't just have to be the girl who plays tennis or the guy that does newspaper. You can be a wide variety of different people within that because it's a smaller school. So I was able to do a newspaper and I was like the president of the Hispanic American Leadership Organization, just to name a few. So there's definitely a lot of great opportunities in that smaller school setting. The last step here, I will say, if you're a senior, definitely apply. It's free. I'll drop all of that in the chat. No matter what grade you're in, I recommend visiting. That's a great way that you can interact with professors that are in your area of study and have conversations with them. You can see the campus and you can talk to me a little bit more about admissions, financial aid, scholarships, all of those good things. So I'll drop all my information in the chat. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Newman University. Our final presenter tonight is DePaul University. Jocelyn, I don't think we have audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Well, hello everyone. My name is Jocelyn. I am one of the admission counselors at DePaul University, and I'm here to tell you a little bit more about us. So here at DePaul, we're located in Chicago, Illinois, and we are home to nearly 22,000 students. Our students come from 49 states and over 136 countries. So we definitely do have a lot of diversity, not only in Chicago, but also on our campus as well. With so many students, we also have a lot to do. So we actually have over 350 student organizations. Those include anything from like, I don't know, like Dungeons and Dragons, acapella, fashion, gaming. We also do have 29 fraternities and sororities, and we are a Division I school. So we are part of the Big East Conference. We have about 15 Division I sports. If you're not a Division I player or just do not want to play Division I during the college time, we do have club sports, and then we also do have really fun intramurals as well. Here at DePaul, we're really happy to have a lot of really great annual traditions. Those include our Welcome Week and our Blue Demon Week, which Welcome Week is more so for the start of every single academic year. Blue Demon Week is going to be for like our homecoming. We do have Ascension Service Day. We are a Ascension institution, which means that we love to give back in every single way we can. So we do have service days for students to go out and do service with our with local community service organizations. And last but not least, we do have our Fest Spring concert, which I always like to refer to as like a little mini Lollapalooza. It's really great, and students always have fun celebrating the end of the academic year as well. DePaul is actually located between two campuses. So our first and main campus is going to be Lincoln Park. It's our main campus. Like I said, it's a more traditional college campus. So you'll have like the beautiful quad, the library, the traditional residence halls. And then we're going to have another campus in the Loop. If you've been to downtown Chicago, it's in the corner of Jackson State, where people typically see that big and beautiful Barnes and Nobles. They're dual campuses though, so I don't want anyone to think that you have to pick one or the other. Both campuses will offer housing, dining, a library, gen eds. The only difference, well, two differences are going to be one, the style of both campuses. One's more traditional, one's in downtown Chicago in the hustle and bustle. But two, as you can see on the screen, we also do have different colleges offered at both campuses. So we have over 300 academic programs. They're divided up into 10 colleges. Half of them are going to be in Lincoln Park. The other half are going to be in the Loop. This does not mean that you have to live on the campus where your college is at though. And I always like to start off by saying that we actually never require our students to live on campus if they choose not to. But typically around 71 to 75% of our students do tend to live here the first year. They'll stay typically for a second year, and then they'll move off of campus with friends. But like I said, you do not have to live on the campus that you have your college at. Let's say you're in the College of Education, but you like the city life. You can live downtown and commute up for those major related classes. How students get back and forth is that included in your tuition is something called the Venture U-Pass. I'm sure you guys have all seen like the CTA buses all around the city and the CTA trains that go above the cars and in between the buildings. That CTA pass or that Venture U-Pass gives you unlimited access to both during the academic year. So we just really want you to explore both of our campuses, but also explore the city because you are going to be in college. Like I said, 300 academic programs. We have about 130 of those programs are going to be undergraduate majors. With so many students, I know we give the impression that we have a large classroom size, but that's actually not the case. We have an average classroom size of about 22. Student faculty ratio is going to be 16:1, and we actually cap all of our classes at 40 students. So you're definitely going to get that one-on-one attention from your professor at all times. As you can see here on the screen, we're going to have a lot of university honors programs, combined degree programs, just in case you want to get your master's in, your bachelor's and your master's done while you're here at DePaul, be a double demon as we call it. We do have a Chicago course for incoming freshmen, and a question I do get a lot is about study abroad. We actually do have over 80 study abroad programs, and you can actually study abroad as soon as your freshman year. If you don't want to study abroad so soon, then you can study abroad later on, whether it's for a whole quarter, a whole summer, or a whole year. We just always ask that you plan that stuff ahead of time, but we have a great study abroad office that helps you pick the right study abroad program, but also help you apply for other ones as well. So one big thing about college is obviously going to be like your career path. Here at DePaul, we're always really proud to say that every single one of our graduating classes, over 90%, are either employed, continuing education, or pursuing other goals within 6 months of graduation. This is really props to our career services team, who does really all the legwork and getting involved with different employers all around Chicago, but also around the country. Some of our programs do require an internship to graduate, but others don't. Even then, 83% of our 2020 undergraduates applied for, who were in an internship, got a job offer right after, which is really great. And we actually have an online portal called Handshake, where we post all of our post-graduation jobs and internships that are coming through our door for our DePaul students. And because of this, US News actually ranked us in the top 10 for internship opportunities. So we really do, owe all of this to our career services. It's just a matter of students taking advantage of this a lot of the time. I know I don't have too much time left, so I want to talk about applying really, really quick. If you haven't submitted an application, you still have a little bit of time. Our first application deadline is coming up for November 15th, our early action program. If you apply by November 15th, we'll give you a decision by December 15th before the holidays. If you don't want to apply or cannot apply so soon, then we do have a regular notification deadline for February 1st. And if you submit an application by then, you will receive a decision by March 15th. And last but not least, we're always invested in you. We love giving out merit scholarships. Every single student who does get admitted does receive a merit scholarship. They range anywhere from, this year it's actually $8,500 all the way to $25,000, and they do renew every single year. After you apply, we typically send more scholarships for students to apply for. We do have unique scholarships, as you can see listed on the screen, and we do have over 300 donor-funded scholarships always available on our Scholarship Connect database. For anyone who is never mind. I was gonna say, for anyone who's an Illinois student, but I totally forgot this is for Wisconsin. Either way, please let me know if there are any other type of financial aid that you need. We always love to work with any of our students for any of that stuff too. But I think that wraps it up. I'm going to include all of my contact information in the chat, so if you have any questions, please reach out.
Thank you, DePaul University. Now I would like to invite all of our presenters to join me on video as we have time for a brief Q&A. Awesome. My first question to you all is, what advice would you give to someone going through the college search process? And feel free to answer in the order you presented.
My number one tip is to breathe. It is a very stressful and overwhelming process. I think taking a deep breath and just trying to stay calm is really helpful.
To piggyback on Xavier's answer, also relax and enjoy. Being able to, this is one of your, I guess, biggest decision in life, but be able to enjoy that decision so you can make sure you have the right fit while you're selecting a college.
I know this can all be super overwhelming. As a first generation college student, I didn't even know what questions to ask. So I would recommend sitting down and thinking of maybe those 2 or 3 things that are super important to you that you want in a college, so that you know what questions to ask when you go up and you have those admissions counselors in your lunchroom, or you go to a college fair, whether it's the different majors that they have, or a major that you specifically want, or the size of the university. That way you can at least know what questions to ask, so it's a lot less intimidating.
And actually, to piggyback off that question, I was going to say there's no such thing as a small question. Every single question has an answer that leads to a decision. I know my senior year, I had the perfect college in mind, and the question that ended up turning me away from that college started with, can I bring my car on campus? Something super small, something you wouldn't really expect, but it kind of went downhill from there. And I just decided that was not the right school for me. So there is no such thing as a small question.
Awesome. And kind of building on that, what is one myth you would like to debunk about the college admissions process?
I'm so sorry for stealing everyone else's thunder, but I usually have to go last because my school starts with an X. And I'm going to say Catholic private institutions don't have to be really expensive. Every student at Xavier also receives, or every student admitted also receives a merit-based scholarship in addition to financial aid based on need. So it can be oftentimes less expensive or as expensive as in-state tuition.
Also, admission counselors are not scary. They are actually your best friends. They're advocates for you. So ask a lot of questions to them. That's what we're here for.
I would say a big one that I hear is that college isn't attainable, or I'm not smart enough to go to college, or I'm not in a good enough position to go to college. There are a wide variety of different students that attend a wide variety of different universities and colleges. And so I think it could just be finding the right place for you. And that definitely can happen. Utilize your admissions counselors, will help you so much.
I know we have probably heard this like time and time again, but I always love to repeat this. And one big myth is that there's like no such thing as like a perfect college. You're going to find always like little things here and there about every single college. I think it's just about finding the best one for you socially, academically, and then also financially. So just keep that in mind too.
Wonderful. And my final question is a fun one. What is one thing you would like students to remember about your university?
All for one for all.
We're not located in Dominican Republic. We're founded by Dominican Roman Catholics. So that's one fun fact.
I will just give like a fun tradition, because I don't know if I have any fun facts in that way. But we have this fun thing called Jet Friday. So every Friday, all of the students come to the Student Center and you wear your Jet apparel and you get a free donut. I love donuts. I don't know if y'all do, but definitely a good way to get connected with your professors and your staff and your peers, and also just hang out and get free food. Like, why not, you know?
Oh, this is a good one. I think what I want everyone to just remember is that, you know, we have the 2 campuses, 2 different vibes, 300 academic programs. That just really means that you're going to be able to tailor your degree and also just your college experience as much as you want. So, you know, we have a lot of options for you.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for sharing information about your universities. We enjoyed your presentations. I also would like to share my screen just one more time before we wrap up tonight's presentation with a few final remarks. So for those joining us, I would like to thank you for watching this presentation. When you close the window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. We encourage you to check back on the schedule and sign up for more sessions. You'll be able to view the recording of this session as well as all other session recordings at stryscan.com/Wisconsin. Thank you once again for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.